opening statement.
All right, great win for tonight for us. Aidan Knaak really pitched well. Gave us a quality start, 6 innings, 1 run. Obviously the first inning was a difference maker, and we were able to take advantage of some walks and get some timely hits. The defense played very well, I thought, and we were able to manufacture another run later. But Wake is a very good club, power arms up and down their entire roster. Everyone we saw tonight had nasty stuff, so that was a big win to get, but a lot of work still to be done this weekend.
What does Aidan provide on a Friday night, knowing you're going up against their best, you've got your best, like the confidence that the guys have in him to be the Friday night starter for this team as you start playing these ACC games that mean a lot?
Yeah, I mean, Aidan's superpower is his consistent, routine-based, disciplined approach that he brings week to week. So you can expect that consistency, or you hope for that consistency in the game, with the way he consistently pounds the strike zone, the way he consistently has an even demeanor out on the field, even if something were to go sideways. He is an old soul in a good way, and from the standpoint that he came in very advanced with the mental game. We've talked about this before, but not many freshmen come in that are already watching video, already journaling, already doing things that would lead to elite performance. And he just came in with a different type of mental skill set, which allowed his physical skill set to be very good. And he's just a year better. He's one of those guys that just he just wants to be a master of his craft. He added a couple of pitches this year, but he still kept that very disciplined routine week to week, outing to outing, and that gives everybody confidence seeing how he prepares, how he works. They voted him captain this year because they see the work ethic, they see the preparation, they know he's a great pitcher. So he brings an awful lot to the table, outside of just the days that he pitches.
It's been different for him his past couple of starts as opposed to his first few, where his pitch count was getting a little higher than normal.
I don't know. I think he's just kind of settling in and getting in the rhythm of the season and the rhythm of just going through. Just getting some just more experience of his sophomore year under his belt. The biggest difference is expectations. He didn't really have any last year, and he really kind of burst onto the scene and was the national freshman pitcher of the year. And so I think once he keeps the target on attacking the zone and this relentless strike throwing ability that he's got, that's really just allowed him to settle into having back-to-back weeks of quality starts. And it's also he's learning a couple new pitches as well. He's using the new pitches, he's always had the four seam, the depth curveball, and of course the changeup, but then he's added a sinking fastball. He's added a slider and a cutter. I mean, he's just a master of his craft, and so he's just loves tinkering and toying with grips and checking things out. He worked on it all fall very religiously, and so I think part of it too is just learning how to use those pitches in his starts and start to figure it out a little bit. But he wasn't perfect tonight. He labored through a little bit. Pitch count was elevated a bit early, but he did a really good job, and got behind some hitters, but got even the count up at 2-2, and then was able to get some big outs for us, and ended up with a quality start, which is a great sign.
I know tonight maybe wasn't maybe the best I've seen his changeup before, but it's such a good pitch. I mean, is that one of the best changeups you've ever coached?
It's got a very high whiff rate, as you know, and a high chase rate, and I think that all pitchers that have really good changeups, they have fastball arm speed, and so it's a really good sell. It tunnels like a fastball, and even when guys sit on it, it's just got enough. It's got so much horizontal break that it's a tough pitch to hit, even when you know it's coming. So yeah, it's definitely ranks up there. But it's a pitch he works on, and you know, a lot of kids, high school recruits don't have the changeup because they don't need it. So for him coming in with that pitch, that's one of the reasons it's special to begin with. He didn't have to learn it; he already had it.
Your guys out of the bullpen were pretty nails too. Both Drew and Lucas. Talk about their two performances tonight.
Yeah, two more guys that just extremely hard workers. Drew Titsworth is unique because it's a low release height and a low vertical approach angle, and so it's the ball is being released low and staying flat. And he's up to 96 this year now, and he's got a big arm, and he's added he's had a slider and it's improved it. And then Lucas Mahlstedt is just, I think Lucas has a chance to pitch actually for a long time. Even though he's a brilliant physics major, he's already started his own website, Subie University. He's like, this guy could be CEO of a lot of different companies, but I think he can be a big leaguer just because he's learned how to slot change now. He's come up top 3/4 as well as he lives downstairs, but he's got all those pitches up here as well. Busted out a changeup tonight to end the game. He hasn't really shown the changeup much this year at all, really. But it's just, metrically, it's outlier stuff. It's a rising slider, it's a running and sinking fastball, and he can slot change. So it's tough because as hitting guys and as coaches, we don't really practice off the submarine pitcher. We don't have submarine BP usually, so it's an unconventional look. But he's a proven commodity in high leverage situations. He can come in tight spots. He's pitched in regionals and super regionals, and he's been doing it a long time. He's really good at it, and he's gotten better this year than he was last year.
Your defense behind all those guys, just they're so rock solid. Has that been the case over the course of these first 6 weeks? Is that something you feel like you can really count on in this group?
The defense has been consistent. It hasn't been perfect, but it's been consistent. And we feel like having 3 shortstops on the field with Pano and Chufo and Purify really helps shrink the field. Gaffney's been really good at first base, but also McClatty and Priest have played over there as well. We've got an outfield that can shrink the field as well, led by Cam in center, and then Jacob Jarrell does a fantastic job, not only catching strikes, but he does a really good job on those borderline pitches Jerry Weinstein calls the strip ball. Depending on how you catch it, it'll either be a strike or a ball, and he's really good about getting borderline pitches back into the zone and helping the pitchers. So the defense has been very consistent this year. We've felt like we've had some kind of fluky, weird errors, but for the most part, the ball security on this team has been pretty good so far, and needs to continue to be a point of emphasis because we have a lot of pitchers throwing strikes, and the synergy between those two pitchers who throw a ton of strikes and trust the defense behind them has been pretty good.
Anything else for Coach? All right.